solid NHL one. I think it's from Sportsbook Review. I cut it off. Bottom. And this is the best one I could find for the NBA. I had to fill in the teams that made it in. Got Suns, Blazers, Magic, and Sixers. I'll start with the NBA. It's a little smaller too, which kind of sucks. But so in the West, you got the Thunder versus Suns, Lakers, Rockets, Spurs, Blazers, Nuggets, T-Wolves. East, you got Pistons, Magic, Cavs, Raptors, Celtics, Sixers, and Knicks versus the Hawks. Let's start on the Western Conference. 1 second. Alright. Flemingers. Alright, so we got the Thunder versus Suns. Thunder had the best record in the league, so Suns are not a bad team though. The only thing that changed in the West was if they didn't do the play-in, was the Suns and the Blazers flipped. Blazers would have been 8, Suns would have been 7 if it went in the normal format. I don't know, I think actually it might have flipped here too, but I think the Magic and the Sixers were the original 7 and 8s, but I don't know if they flipped or not. But anyway, I'm gonna say OKC in 5. 4-1 for the Thundercats. It's gonna be a pretty good series. I don't know. Luka is Reeves. Austin Reeves is gone for the year, right? Luka, I don't know. That's gonna be a tough series, though. I think. I'm gonna go Rockets in 7. That's gonna be a tough series. I could see that going either way. But I don't know if they can. LeBron, if they're missing those two guys, it's gonna be a tough call for LeBron. If LeBron gets past here without those two guys, that's a massive achievement. If whatever they do, if they advance, is a massive achievement. But it's a tall order. But you never know. Spurs Blazers. I'm obviously a Blazers fan. Unrealistic. Happy to see him get in. They did beat the Suns to get the 7th seed. But I want Portland to put up a fight, so I'm gonna say Spurs win it 4-2. I think Portland's gonna take at least one game. They'll now get swept. They typically, historically, don't do well against the Spurs. They did beat them back in the Drexler years. It might have been. I don't know if it was a conference final. No, it was a second round, but they beat them in 7. It might have been 90-91. But I do think, regardless, the Spurs will advance. I hate to say it, but in basketball, it's not you never know. In hockey, it's more you never know. In basketball, it's a little more cut and dry. You'll see upsets, but not to the rate of the NHL. Then we got Nuggets and T-Wolves. This is another one, man. I could be. I'm gonna say Nuggets win in 6. I don't know why I said that. Once again, you don't have to take my picks as anything serious. I don't know enough about the teams and stuff. Let me move this over a little bit. Pistons had the best record in the East, obviously. I think they had the second best record in the league, or maybe the Spurs, actually. Actually, I think the Spurs did. But I do think the Pistons are going to win this one in 6. Cavs, Raptors. Now, Cavs do have Harden, right? They traded for him. I don't even know. I'm going to say Cavs in 7. This is one where I have no idea about these teams. I don't even know their records. Celtics, Sixers. I'm going to say Celtics in 5. Celtics have been looking good. And Tatum's back now, isn't he? And they were doing well without him. The Hawks, I think, won their division. Is it the Southeast? Is that where they play in now? I don't know what the division's names are. But of course, their record was not good enough to be better than a 6. I think they're like 45 wins or something. The Knicks have a solid team. I'm going to say they take it in 6. I was never a fan. I think I said this last year, too. I was never a fan of the Knicks. But being in New York, I just wasn't. I ended up liking a team on the other side of the country. Literally. Almost as far away as you can get. I'd have to be in Maine, I think, or somewhere in South Florida. But I always like when the Knicks make some noise in the playoffs. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any classic matchups here. If Sixers, historically, I feel like the Sixers and the Celtics have played a decent amount. And I'm going back. I don't think this is, or that. I don't know how many times they have played. Portland and Spurs have played each other a decent amount. Spurs, Rockets, Rockets, Lakers, I don't know how often they've played. Portland lost to the Spurs in the 98-99 conference finals. They got swept. They swept them again during the Lillard years, I believe. And there might have been another time in there they beat them pretty badly, but I can't remember. I don't think they've played a shit ton in the playoffs, maybe like 4 or 5 times. Portland cannot beat the Lakers in the playoffs. They beat them like 2 times out of like 15 or 16. Like, it's bad. They were losing to them like in the mid-90s or before they got good again and made a couple of conference finals. They lost to the Lakers like 3 years in a row. And then after their little run, they lost, including losing to the Lakers in 7 in the 99-2000 season. They then lost to him another like 2 or 3 times in a row. It was bad. But anyway, Thunder Rockets, second round. I'm going to say the Thunder take this one in I'm going to say 5. I'm going to say 6. I think the Thunder are really good. Obviously, they're the defending champs. They have the best record in the league. They're going to have a lottery pick again this year, apparently, because they have the Clippers pick. Tale of two organizations, right? Like, the Thunder kind of tanked out for a bit. Stockpiled picks, and now all of a sudden they're could be a juggernaut. They could be. Either way, they're still going to be contending as long as they can hold on to guys. Once they got to start paying players, it's going to become a problem. But this has the makings of a 7-game series, I think. Spurs and Nuggets. Oh man, I'm going to say the Nuggets take it in 7. That could go either way. Like I said, don't take this as anything. Don't use this as betting things. You probably won't. You'll probably do like half okay. Pistons, Cavs. What's his name was hurt? Cade Cunningham. Is he back? I need to look that up real quick. I apologize. I wanted to get this up. I'm filming. This is going to go up later than I'd like. But it's going to go up before the games start. The hockey and basketball games start. It's going up Saturday. I know the NHL's on Saturday. I'm pretty sure the NBA starts Saturday too, playoffs. Let's see the bracket. I just want to go to the Pistons real quick. I just want to see if he's still hurt or not. I forget what he had wrong with him. Is that blood clots or something? It doesn't say anything. It doesn't. He must be back because it's not saying anything. It's not saying he's out or anything. So. I'm gonna say Pistons in 6. Hell of a turnaround for the Pistons. They had like 15 wins 3 years ago. I know they made the playoffs last year. They were not good. It might even be less than that. Another classic matchup, Celtics and Knicks. Ooh. This has got the makings. This is like this series to me. It's got the makings of a 7, and I'm going to give it to the Celtics in 7. So we have the Thunder and the Nuggets, the Pistons and the Celtics. This is going to be a good series if they play each other. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a good one. They have to play each other for that to happen. Oh, man. The Thunder repeat. Oh, man. I'm going to say the Thunder take it in 7. I don't know. That's gonna be another either way if they actually meet. Pistons Celtics. I'm gonna say the Celtics win in 6. I gotta look. Am I just completely wrong on that? Tatum is back, right? Yeah, apparently he was. He is back. Okay, so we got the Celtics versus the Thunder. This could be another one. Who do the Thunder repeat or the Celtics win another? They won not last year, the year before the Celtics won. I'm gonna say another. I got a lot of 7s here. Actually, I typically do this. What do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7s. I do this typically because I don't know enough about the teams. Like, I could sit here and say, of course, Portland's going to win, but I don't know. I could kind of safely say Portland's going to lose that and the Thunder are going to beat them and stuff. But you never know, I guess. This is 7. I'm going to say the Celtics take it in 7. 4-3. Celtics win the title again. Okay, so this is not how it's going to work. Portland, this is, in my heart, this is what happens. Portland with the upset in 7. They play the Nuggets. They beat them in 7. They play the Thunder. They sweep the Thunder somehow. And they beat the Celtics in the finals in 5. That will not happen. But anyway, there's the basketball bracket here for you. And of course, I'll do updates on these two as the series go on. Unless it's a complete embarrassment like the NCAA bracket was, I'll probably only do one update. I'll do more than one update on that unless it's an embarrassment. Let's get to the hockey one. Hockey's always a little tougher because upsets abound. This one I was able to find a nice one. I swear, trying to find these brackets a lot of the times are tough, man. Where you have it nice like this. I was hoping to find one from the same place for this one, but I couldn't. That's good enough, though. All right, so in the West, we got the Avs versus the Kings, Stars Wild, Knights Mammoth, Oilers Ducks. So the Mammoth make it in their 2nd year since moving to Utah from Phoenix. Sabres Bruins. So the Sabres are back in the playoffs after, 14 years? Good for them. I was happy to see them get back, and they won the division. Actually, no. I don't think they had the most points. I think the Hurricanes did in this conference. Overall, the Avs did. Avs had 100 points, Stars and Wild had 100 points. I'm not sure anybody else did. Sabres had 100 points, Lightning had 100 points. Canadians had over 100 as well. Hurricanes did also. Like I said, in the East, the Islanders, the Red Wings, the Capitals, and the Blue Jackets all had 90 plus points and missed out in playoffs. I think they'd be in the playoffs in this conference, a few of them. Maybe. The Islanders might not have been anyway. I don't know for sure. Anyway. So we got Sabres, Bruins, Lightning, Canadians, Hurricanes, Senators, because 5 made it in whatever that conference is called, the northern one. And 3 made it in the Metropolitan. This was 4-4 in the West. But once again, I'll start in the West. Avs, Kings. Avs look like they could be great, but it's hockey, and you never know. They could get bounced in the first round. But I'm going to say the Avalanche take it in 6. Avs. I'm not writing out Avalanche. This is the series. This is why they want to go back. This is part of the reason they want to go back to the old 1-8 format. Now, the funny thing is, although back in the day, before they went to 1-8, it was division. They line up divisional opponents. It was very strange the way it happened because the Islanders played the Flyers in the Cup Finals when the Islanders won their first Cup. They played the Flyers. It seems weird, so I can't remember how that exactly worked. But you had a lot of divisional battles because it'd be 4 in each kind of division, and then you have your division champ, and then the 2 division champs would play in the conference finals of that conference. The NHL has changed all over the place. 1 to 8 is probably just the best, but because you're getting 2 incredible teams here, and one of them's going to be gone. And the Wild seem to struggle getting out of the first round, so. But I'm going to have them getting out of the first round in 7. I feel sad. This is going to be a 7-game series. Regardless, I do think that. The Wild have a good team, though, man. All these 3 teams are great. So the Mammoth were the second wild card, first wild card, and the Kings were the second. The Bruins were the first, Senators were the second in the East. So how many? We've got 1, 2, 3, only 3 Canadian teams here, right? They're going to have a tough time getting through because they have not won a cup in a while. Some say Gary Bettman has rigged it that way. If you're one for rigging things and conspiracies. Yeah, right, Senators, Canadians. I'm not missing anybody right now. And the Oilers. So no Winnipeg, no Calgary, no Toronto. Toronto was not good this year. Those 3. No, Vancouver. Vancouver's the worst team in the league. And they only have 7 teams. They only have 7 now. They used to have the 8. Quebec moved to Colorado, but Winnipeg came back. Quebec needs a team again. All right, so now we've got the Golden Knights versus the Mammoth. Golden Knights are always gonna make some noise, I feel. I'm gonna say they win in 6. And I always remember that at first I spelled Nevada wrong when I was filling out the USA map. I'm gonna be filling out the map of England, possibly for tomorrow's vid. I might be filming that later. Oilers and the Ducks. So the Oilers are back in after making 2 finals in a row. The Panthers are not. After going to 3 in a row and winning back-to-back. They had a lot of injuries, the Panthers. Barkov was gone for, I think, most of the year. Kachuk missed time, but his brother is in there with the Senators. Oilers and Ducks. I am going to say the Oilers take this one in 6, though. I don't know. Draisaitl's hurt. I don't know. Is he coming back? I gotta look that up now. Let's stretch this video out a little bit longer. Leon. He's day to day. He's nearing a return. He's day, so he might miss a game or 2. Okay, so we got Avs, Wild, Knights, Oilers to the Eastern Conference. The Bruins are always going to be a tough out, I feel. They're not winning cups. They make a few. They did win against the Canucks, and then they lost to the Blackhawks a couple of years after that cup. And they lost to the Blues, but they're always a tough out, in my opinion. I feel like they're... I did not put these in the right spot either. There are, you can't really see it, and you're probably not going to be able to see it. I should be putting this should be inside, this should be inside, whatever. I do say the Sabres are going to take it, though, in 7. They're back, and they're going to get a series victory. But they're not. Lightning Canadians. This is another battle here. Lightning. The Lightning, I think, looked a little iffy at first, and then they played some great hockey. I'm going to say they win in 6. Hurricanes, Senators. Hurricanes are always good for at least the second round to a conference final. And I do think they're going to beat the Senators in 6. I should be putting it in there, but you know what? This is the way I'm doing it. I have the feeling this Penguins Flyers is going to be a bloodbath. They do have some battles. This is going to be... I think this is 7 as well. And I think the Penguins are going to take it in 7. All right, so we got Sabres, Lightning, Hurricanes, Penguins. Those are all... Oh, man, I don't have any upsets there, huh? Do I have any here? Barely with the Wild. All right. I'm sitting here saying, oh, this upsets happen, and I have one, which I wouldn't even really call this an upset. It'd be more like, this would be a major upset. I'd even say this would be just because of the Oilers' experience. I almost think the Sabres winning is a kind of an upset because they haven't been in years. I don't know how many other players have playoff experience either. The Senators winning would absolutely be an upset. This one could go either way down here, I feel. That's going to be a grudge match. 2 rivals, state rivals, Philly and Pittsburgh. Battle of Pennsylvania. And bragging rights. Alright, so Avs Wild. I'm rooting for Brock Nelson, too, former Islander, hell of a player, and still beloved in New York. I was going to say here, but I'm not in New York. He didn't want to leave, but, you know, he got traded. It wasn't like Tavares leaving, even though, like, I've talked about that in the past. I think people need to get over that. In New York, they still are pissed about it. It's like, who cares, dude? I'm going to say the Avs take it in 6. Right here, I'm going to put it in its spot. Knights Oilers. I feel like, have they battled a few times? I know the Oilers and the Stars have battled a bunch. This could be a good series. I'm going to say Oilers in 7. Oilers are pushing to go to 3 in a row. Will they? Watch the rest of this video to find out. Sabres, Lightning. I think the Lightning are a little too good here, and they win in 6. That's supposed to be a G. G. Hurricanes, Penguins. Hurricanes are always good for a conference final. They're always good for that. I'm going to say they take it in 6. Hurricanes always, like, even when they start to look like they're not that great, they're always a solid opponent. They just can't bust through that conference final for some reason. I might have them busting through, though. A little bit of a battle of the South here. So we got Avs, Oilers, Lightning, Hurricanes. Do I have the Hurricanes pushing through? I don't know. Avs, Oilers. Do I want the Oilers to get back? I don't think they're going to do it. I think the Avs take it in 6. Hurricanes versus the Lightning. I'm gonna have the Hurricanes getting there. Probably a mistake. They take it in 7 over the Lightning. My home state now, even though they fucking beat the Islanders in the playoffs every time they play them. This one, if I was looking to tell you right now before I even get phones, this one will probably be more accurate than this one. Both would be terrible. I used to be better at this because I used to be more in tune. I'm a little more in tune in hockey for sure, but still, I don't know enough. Like, I know about teams, but I don't know enough about like every team and stuff. So we get the Hurricanes and the Avs, and I'm gonna say the Avs take it in a hard fought. I just heard that was the accent right there coming out of the Long Island accent. A hard fought. The Avs take it in 7 to become the champs Game 7 over the Canes. The Canes are happy to bust through from the conference final. The Avs easily could get bounced before that. That's just the way hockey works. Because I just gave the President's Trophy winner the cup, which has not happened since the strike season in 12-13 with the Blackhawks did. So that wasn't even a full year. The last time in a full year, I think, was the Red Wings. And maybe 7-8, I can't remember. So that's probably a mistake, but whatever. I kind of played it safe here. I definitely played it safe. This is a mistake. I almost want to redo this because this is the 2-1 seeds making the cup. That doesn't happen in hockey. Fuck. This is going to be bad. I don't think I have any upsets. Oh my god. This is going to be a bad bracket, I think. But anyway. Filling out the NBA and NHL playoff brackets here today. Come chewing. As always, and thanks for checking it out.